There's an old saying, a human soul is like yin and yang. Which is true because there is a little bit of light and a little bit of dark in every human being. So, do you know if your zodiac sign has any type of darkness? In this video, we're going to find out. Before we do that, remember to stay updated with our latest content by clicking subscribe and ringing that notification bell. Please keep in mind, these are speculations based on characteristics of each zodiac sign. Now, without any further ado, time to jump into the video, starting off with Aries' dark side. Impatience and impulsiveness. Aries people tend to be dynamic and strong leaders. They are determined, ambitious, and have a go-getter attitude. Unfortunately, with all these awesome traits, Aries have two major flaws. One of them is their impulsiveness. They're not necessarily the best people at thinking things through before acting. Natives of this Mars-ruled sign like to act first, and as such they are more doers than thinkers. This is why they may get into trouble way more than they would like. Their second flaw may be that they are impatient. Aries is not a very calm zodiac sign. They aren't people who like to wait. Once they have achieved a goal, they are already plotting their next move. While this is great on paper, in real life they should probably wait for the right time to act. Speaking of the right time, the next zodiac sign is all about awesome timing. Taurus' dark side. Stubbornness. If you know a Taurus, you are probably aware of their sense of timing. This comes along with their brilliant time management skills, and the bull prides themselves on being punctual. Perhaps their greatest asset is their determination. Once they have set their eyes on the goal, a Taurus won't back down until they have achieved it. This is why they end up being so successful. If you don't believe us, then ask Mark Zuckerberg. There's one problem though, people born under this sign are not necessarily very adaptable. They find it difficult to accept change and can be very stubborn. A lighthearted discussion may turn into a full-on argument because of their habit of not backing down. We are not saying it's bad. We're just saying that valuing others' opinions is as good a trait as standing your own ground. The next zodiac sign can easily adapt anywhere but has a different problem. Gemini dark side. Inconsistency. Okay, let's get one thing straight. Geminis are brilliant individuals. People born under this sign are great communicators. They also have a keen eye for detail, and this is why they do well in the fields of communication. The one problem for this seemingly perfect zodiac sign is their lack of consistency. Geminis aren't always great at following up with things. They may get started with a project only to leave it halfway through, which can affect their careers. Speaking of careers, Geminis usually get bored of the regular 9-to-5 and will likely start exploring. This makes it harder for them to get settled in any one field. Sounds stressful? Don't worry, for most Geminis this inconsistency is just a phase that usually goes away with time. In their later life, they tend to be sure of what they want, and since they are smart workers, they find it easy to achieve their goals. Let's move to the next sign, the one that has a crab for a symbol. Cancer dark side. Moody. Cancers are great at people management. Their natural compassion comes out when they are amongst others. Often they are the ones that keep their friends' circle together. As a part of the water trio, including Scorpio and Pisces, Cancers are very creative. This is why they do well in the arts. The dark side of a Cancer may be their moody nature. Cancers can go from, "This is the best day of my life," to "I am just going to sit in the corner and cry all day in about 10 seconds. It's not that they are not mentally and emotionally strong. In fact, they are one of the strongest in the zodiac. It's just that they feel all the feels, and sometimes these emotions can be too much. Sometimes an old incident can bother them, or a problem that has not been addressed might tick them off because they pushed it down. So if they get a little moody, it may not be anything personal. Moving on to the next zodiac sign, we have Leo dark side. Self-centered. Considered the kings and queens of the zodiac, Leos love being the center of attention and know exactly how to command it. They are proud, confident, and charismatic individuals. People born under this sign also tend to have a natural flair that draws people to them. Their only dark side being that they may be self-centered at times. In their pursuit of being noticed and recognized by the world for who they are, Leos often forget that they are not the center of the universe. Sometimes they may be too much in love with themselves to care about others. Perhaps this is why many Leos in their younger days often struggle to form decent interpersonal relationships. Speaking of interpersonal relationships, the next sign isn't a champ either. Virgo dark side. Overly critical. If you are a Virgo, then you probably love to get to the bottom of everything. You are very analytical and logical, and while this may be helpful for your career at times, you may nitpick more than most people would prefer. It's hard for you to miss details, and because you are not one to sugarcoat anything, you call it like you see it. This isn't always received well by others, especially when you start giving out opinions. Although, if you can overlook this flaw, then you will realize that Virgos are as loyal as they come. Moving on from a Mercury-ruled sign, we find ourselves at number 7, the sign of Libra dark side. Being indecisive, Libras are known for their diplomatic nature. This sign is very rational, and violence is not their best trait. As a result, they hate getting into fights. Libras love being able to spend time with their friends and socializing. Though, they do have a dark side, and it's one that can often cause a lot of problems. They may be slightly indecisive. This is especially true in their youth. As a result, they may take longer than others to choose a career or partner when it comes to relationships. While they are not as impulsive as an Aries, they do find it hard to choose a partner. On the bright side, once a Libra has come to a decision, you can't change it. They will stick to it through the rest of their lives. Speaking of sticking to a decision, the next sign has no problem in doing that. Scorpio dark side. Vindictive. Scorpios have many admirable qualities. They are passionate, tenacious, and determined people who won't stop until they reach their goal. This is a great thing, right? Well, if their goal is to create a beautiful art or to write a novel, then sure. Scorpios are great people to be around, unless you have managed to anger them. If that happens, it would be better to stay away from them. People born under this sign find it hard to forgive when they've been wronged. Even if they manage to somehow forgive you, they may not forget what you did to them. From Scorpio, let's head to the next sign in the list. Sagittarius dark side. Overconfident. Well, it's not that they are always overconfident. Most of the time these folks are just minding their own business. Usually their motto is live and let live. They are always optimistic and hopeful, and while it's good to have a positive outlook on life, being too positive may not always be the best. Because of this optimism and the fact that they're naturally drawn to adventure and thrills, a Sagittarius might try out something far too risky, or get into a fight thinking they can handle it. This kind of overconfidence is often their downfall. On the upside though, people born under this sign are very lively and they make good travel companions. Whereas, the next sign would probably prefer to stay home and watch Netflix. We are talking about Capricorn dark side. Being pessimistic. Ruled by Saturn, people born under this sign love being productive. They want to be the best in whatever they do. The number 2 doesn't exist in their dictionary. Their ambitious nature makes them work harder than their peers to the point that it can hamper their health.
This is why many Capricorns end up having health issues by the time they reach their early 40s. Their biggest problem, though, lies in their pessimism. The more they lose, the more they are likely to lose faith in themselves. Capricorn often have a perfect image of themselves inside their heads. When they fall short of that perfect image, they start to self-doubt. Speaking of self-doubt, the next sign does the opposite.
Aquarius dark side. Pretending to know everything. Aquarius is the sign that marches to the beat of its own drum. They are unorthodox and love being that way. Most Aquarius are well-read and love to devote hours on topics of interest. Unfortunately, there are many subjects in this life to discover, and it is impossible for one human being to know everything about everything. This may be a simple concept to grasp to you, but not for the Aquarius. They want to have an opinion on everything and be part of every discussion, which often does more harm than good. They may be seen as annoying by others, or they may become obsessive. This obsessive nature could deny them the opportunity to learn about many new things in life. Now, let's move to the next sign. Pisces' dark side. Being an escapist, Pisces are known to be very artistic and idealistic individuals. They believe in dreaming big and try very hard to achieve those big dreams even if they sometimes fail. You see, Pisces is the sign of the peacemaker, and they reject violence. Unfortunately for them, this rejection may be seen as trying to escape. On the plus side, this is the only dark side of this zodiac sign. They might be seen as an escapist by others, but in reality they are just trying to keep their peace of mind. So, which zodiac sign are you? Do you have any of these traits? Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear from you.